Most of us know the story of Jesus Christ's crucifixion, but there are layers to this event that rarely get told. Have you ever wondered if more happened that day than what we read in the usual accounts? Imagine an angel, Uriel, standing by, silently witnessing Jesus' final moments, holding a chalice to collect his blood as it flowed. Uriel's presence adds a new dimension to this story, reminding us of God's love and the eternal significance of Jesus' sacrifice. There's a mystery here, a hidden truth about divine compassion, a powerful yet often overlooked symbol of redemption. Join us as we dive into the story of Uriel's presence at Calvary and uncover what it truly means. The crucifixion of Jesus Christ is one of the most well-known stories in history, yet there are aspects we rarely hear about. Picture the scene. Jesus on the cross, suffering beyond imagination, while a crowd gathers in disbelief and sorrow. But in the midst of that chaos, could there have been more than meets the eye? Some suggest that Uriel, a lesser-known angel, was present at this pivotal moment. The Bible hints at divine figures, often silent, observing key moments. Could Uriel's presence mean that this wasn't just an earthly event, but a moment seen by the heavenly realms as well? Uriel's involvement may not be as obvious as that of other angels, like Gabriel or Michael, yet his presence carries immense significance. Known as the Angel of Wisdom, Uriel brings clarity where there's confusion, illuminating truths hidden from human understanding. Imagine an unseen protector, one who watches closely as history unfolds, lending a divine presence in humanity's darkest hour. It's a comforting thought that even in Jesus' most painful moments, God's messengers may have been closer than we realize. As Jesus faced the weight of human sin, some believe Uriel's presence was a reminder of God's constant care. This isn't just about watching, it's about bearing witness, offering strength in silence. Uriel's role could symbolize how God's presence sometimes appears in quiet ways, beyond our perception but powerful all the same. In a way, the crucifixion becomes not only a story of pain but one of subtle, divine support, a moment when heaven and earth connect in ways we are only beginning to understand. Uriel is often called the silent angel because, unlike Michael or Gabriel, he rarely appears in the forefront of biblical stories. He doesn't announce major events or fight battles directly, yet his influence is profound. Imagine an angel who observes, reflecting a calm strength, not through loud declarations but by embodying wisdom and insight. His role during the crucifixion is thought to be one of support, offering a silent but steady presence that reminds us of God's unseen comfort in our hardest times. This unique quality makes Uriel a powerful figure, one whose actions are felt, even when they aren't seen. Uriel's silence doesn't mean he's absent. Rather, it represents a different type of angelic support. While other angels are known for their voices or actions, Uriel's role is one of guidance, offering knowledge and wisdom that isn't always obvious. Think of him as a quiet mentor, someone who doesn't need to speak to be understood. His subtle presence is a reminder that God's guidance doesn't always come through obvious signs. Sometimes, the quiet moments hold the deepest truths, just as Uriel's presence during critical times brings reassurance without the need for words. This silent angel also symbolizes a type of strength that's grounded in wisdom rather than power. Uriel isn't known for commanding armies, but for illuminating paths, revealing answers to those who seek understanding. In times of doubt or fear, his role encourages believers to find strength in their inner wisdom and faith. As he stood at Calvary, Uriel's quiet presence may have reflected God's promise to be near, even when we don't see or hear him. His story encourages us to seek out the subtle signs of divine presence in our lives, reminding us that sometimes silence speaks louder than words. As Jesus hung on the cross, a Roman soldier pierced his side, and from the wound flowed both blood and water. This moment isn't just about physical suffering. It represents a spiritual connection bridging heaven and earth. Some believe that Uriel was present with a chalice, silently collecting this sacred flow. Imagine the significance of such an act. An angel capturing the blood of Jesus, preserving a symbol of divine love and sacrifice. It's a reminder that even in death, there was purpose, a plan unfolding to unite God and humanity. The blood and water flowing from Jesus' side aren't just symbols. They're reminders of life and spirit, compassion and forgiveness. In this sacred act, Uriel's role takes on a profound meaning. Think of this as an eternal gesture, one where God's message of love is preserved in the very essence of Jesus' sacrifice. The chalice, held by Uriel, becomes a vessel not just for blood, but for the promise of redemption, of a love so powerful it crosses boundaries we can't even see. It's an image that inspires awe and reflection, a moment when the divine meets the mortal. Uriel's presence during this moment invites us to consider the depths of God's love and the lengths he goes to reach humanity. This wasn't a random act. It was a deliberate symbol of God's connection to us, a reminder that we're never beyond his reach. As Uriel collected the blood, he preserved not just a memory, but a hope, a testament that Jesus' sacrifice holds eternal meaning. This quiet act challenges us to see beyond the physical and recognize the profound spiritual truths that run through the story of Jesus' crucifixion. In various apocryphal traditions, Uriel is seen as a guardian of hidden wisdom, one who brings divine knowledge to those seeking answers. Unlike other angels, who are known for messages or miracles, Uriel's role often revolves around understanding and insight. He's the kind of guide that offers subtle hints, encouraging prophets to look within and find the truths already placed in their hearts by God. Uriel's wisdom isn't loud or forceful. It's quiet, inviting deep reflection, a kind of divine mentorship that helps those in need of direction find clarity in uncertain times. In Ethiopian traditions, Uriel holds a special place, revered for preserving the blood of Christ and bringing redemption to far-off lands. Imagine the symbolism here. An angel who carries the message of Jesus' sacrifice across borders, uniting people through a shared faith. Uriel's role in these traditions shows how God's love isn't confined to one place, but extends to the entire world. This respect for Uriel highlights his mission of spreading divine truth, a reminder that faith often travels quietly, reaching hearts without fanfare, but with enduring power. Uriel's wisdom is a reminder that guidance often comes in unexpected ways. He teaches through questions rather than answers, encouraging seekers to explore their own faith deeply. For believers, Uriel's example is a call to seek understanding beyond surface-level knowledge, to embrace a faith that is thoughtful and reflective. By guiding prophets, Uriel shows that wisdom is not about knowing everything, but about understanding the weight of truth and carrying it with humility. His story reminds us that the deepest answers are often those we find in quiet moments, where God speaks to us without words. The act of Uriel collecting Jesus' blood is more than a ritual. It's a symbol of eternal faith and redemption that extends beyond borders. Imagine that this sacred blood isn't just preserved. It's a blessing, a divine mark on lands far and wide. Uriel's role in carrying this symbol of faith signifies that God's love and salvation reach every corner of the earth, transcending cultures and languages. For believers, this act serves as a powerful reminder that the essence of Jesus' sacrifice is boundless, uniting all who seek hope and redemption. This symbolic act holds a depth that goes beyond understanding. It calls for contemplation and reverence. Uriel's preservation of Jesus' blood is a mystery that invites believers to look deeper, to seek answers in their own faith journeys. It's as if Uriel is a guardian of secrets, reminding us that some divine truths unfold gradually, allowing us to grow in understanding as we reflect on them. This sacred image of the angel holding the chalice speaks to the heart, urging each person to recognize the unseen but powerful forces of redemption at work. In our own lives, we're invited to carry symbols of faith that inspire and guide us. Just as Uriel's chalice holds the blood of Christ, we can hold on to our beliefs, passing them down as symbols of hope and endurance. This is a quiet reminder that our actions, no matter how small, can become vessels of faith for others. Uriel's story encourages believers to live with purpose, knowing that divine mysteries are revealed to those who seek with an open heart and a mind ready for wisdom. The journey of faith, like Uriel's task, is one of both revelation and quiet strength. During the crucifixion, Uriel's presence is believed to embody God's compassion, standing as a silent witness to Jesus' suffering. Unlike the crowd gathered at Calvary, Uriel watches with a deep understanding, not of judgment, but of pure compassion. Imagine an angel who sees beyond the pain, recognizing the purpose and sacrifice within every moment of Jesus' ordeal. Uriel doesn't act to change the events, but stands as a reminder that even in our darkest hours, there is divine empathy, a quiet presence that understands and honors our struggles. Uriel's role as a guardian of compassion goes beyond simply observing. It's about holding space for divine love amid unimaginable pain. In this way, Uriel reflects God's understanding for all who suffer, reminding us that no suffering goes unnoticed. Think of Uriel as a protector of souls in distress, offering comfort not through intervention, but through an unwavering presence. This role encourages believers to find comfort, knowing that in our own struggles, God's compassion is always near, often in ways that are unseen but deeply felt. The image of Uriel's vigil at Calvary becomes a symbol for those who experience pain, loss, or hardship. His presence suggests that even in moments where we feel abandoned, we are never truly alone. Just as Uriel stood with Jesus, he stands with all who suffer, representing a divine promise of compassion and understanding. Uriel's story invites us to embrace the idea that God's love can be found in even the quietest acts of companionship, especially in times of sorrow or despair. Uriel's presence doesn't end at Calvary. In some traditions, he plays a crucial role in the resurrection, preserving the hope that Jesus' sacrifice was not in vain. Imagine an angel whose mission extends beyond witnessing sorrow, carrying forward the promise of new life. After Jesus' resurrection, Uriel is seen as a guardian of this hope, a custodian of the message that life conquers death. This role invites believers to remember that God's love reaches beyond the grave, extending the assurance of redemption to all who seek it. In preserving this hope, Uriel's role transforms into that of a messenger, not just to a select few, but to all of humanity. It's said that Uriel carries this message to distant lands, sharing the essence of Jesus' sacrifice with the world. This act represents the limitless nature of God's grace, reminding us that hope is not confined by place or time. For believers, Uriel's actions serve as a reminder that even the smallest seeds of faith can spread far and wide, offering light to those who need it most. Uriel's continued presence in the story of the resurrection reflects the enduring promise of divine love and salvation. In times of doubt or despair, his role encourages us to look beyond our immediate struggles and to trust in a greater plan. Uriel's story serves as a beacon for those who feel lost, showing that hope remains alive, ready to guide us through life's darkest valleys. His presence reminds us that, in God's eyes, no life is forgotten, and every soul is worthy of redemption. So, with all these insights into the presence of Uriel, the compassion he represents, and his enduring role in the promise of resurrection, we're left with a question. How can we apply these lessons in our own lives? The story of Uriel challenges us to find strength in our quiet moments, to recognize the subtle signs of divine love even in times of hardship. Have you ever considered that the challenges you face might hold a deeper meaning, a hidden strength waiting to be uncovered? Uriel's silent presence reminds us that even when life feels overwhelming, God's love and guidance are always near, often revealed in ways we least expect. As we move forward in our journeys, let's hold on to this hope, remembering that each act of faith, no matter how small, becomes part of a larger story. If these powerful stories inspire you to deepen your own journey of faith, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to continue exploring more. Together, we can uncover the mysteries that bring us closer to the divine.